modules. Some of them are view access per node, Alexa skill manager visitors, and of course OpenAI. Of course, I'm co-maintainer of OpenAI for the CKEditor part. Let's introduce the agenda of this session. We're gonna have a first overview on the OpenAI module that is available on the community with a focus on the CKEditor integration. And then we're gonna deep dive into some use cases such as AI-assisted content creation, detect of unsafe or sensitive content, generating media from DALL-E, validate your content syntax, and SEO stuff. And then we're gonna talk about also the roadmap of this module and the future plans. So the OpenAI module aims to provide a suite of modules for an out-of-the-box OpenAI integration in Drupal. It can generate text, content, images, and more. I first created the OpenAI CKEditor module that you see on the bottom right of the screen, and this was my module. Then my module was, together with Kevin Quillen, was integrated into the main OpenAI module of Drupal. We're merging OpenAI CKEditor into the main OpenAI project, basically. The goal is also to have an easy out-of-the-box experience. And basically, you enable the module, insert the OpenAI key, and features are available and ready to use. Let's have a first overview on the OpenAI module and CKEditor. It uses CKEditor5 and Drupal API to integrate OpenAI into the WYSIWYG of Drupal, and works out of the box, add assistive tools for different areas. And it's first released in January 2023, and the last release is an alpha, so the current status of the module is an alpha. And supports multiple OpenAI models, and the minimum requirement is PHP 8.1. The OpenAI-based module now implements the standard OpenAI PHP client, so with this, it needs PHP 8.1. And OpenAI PHP is a community-maintained PHP API client that allows you to interact with OpenAI, basically. It supports all different models of OpenAI, also the standard model, GPT 3.4, 3.5, GPT-4, and all the stuff. So if a new model comes out, you can integrate it into OpenAI, basically. Let's start with a practical demo of this. Let me see. We are in the body of a standard article content type. We have already enabled the module, and we've configured the OpenAI CKEditor button, basically, you can see here, and added the button to the CKEditor toolbar. So we can provide a simple completion API. This is basically the simple completion API. And we're able to select text completion, provide an input into the prompt. So in this case, as you can see, is the history of Italy. So 70 words, I think. Here on the bottom, the user interface says that it's waiting for the response. And it provides the response in the end. Just to freeze so you can see. OK. And this is written by OpenAI. OK. Let's stop the video. Go. So, but you can also generate content in bulk if you need. And the module allows you to create a set of content. You can choose the temperature, basically the creativity of OpenAI, and the number of Drupal nodes to generate. And it will fill your Drupal with the content. So let's see a demo also of this. Let's see a practical demo. You go to content generation, select the subject. You need to give a subject to OpenAI, the input, basically. And set the fields to generate. Also select the model, maximum length, the temperature, and the number of nodes. So it generates content in bulk with a Drupal batch API. Let's go straight. 5 nodes generated, and this is about Napoli, a city in the southern Italy, and it generates the article. It generated 5 nodes. So let's go together. It also got the devil generate integration so that you are able to drush devil generate and create all the content that you need. This is the output, basically, of a drush devil generated we saw before. So it can create all the content that you need. This is another interesting feature of this module. It's basically content moderation. So you can basically check if the text of your node violates a policy. So if you can analyze the text, here is everything okay? So he says that does not violate the policy. And if you write I hate something, because it's easy to write, so he detected the violation. He detected the violation for the hate category, basically simple. You can also do this in bulk if you want to check all the content of the website to check if all the content of the website violates a policy. Go. Also, it can provide on-the-fly content translation. Basically, you select the destination language in the pop-up, and you get the selection from CKEditor and transform the text. So, in this case, we translated from English to Italian, basically. It can also reformat HTML. Basically, here we invoke OpenAI completion API with the phrase, please fix this text to be marked up with semantic HTML using only lists, headers over a paragraphs item. And it is able to do this. Basically, gets the content and reformat your HTML according to what you say automatically. So you get the selection, you select the test, and perform a reformat. On the bottom right, you can see that it's waiting for response. There's a loading indicator. It's thinking OpenAI. And then they reformat your content with lists, paragraphs, and headers. Also, you can do media generation. This is from OpenAI CKEditor, so it's a module. You can basically insert the input text of the image that you want. Basically, this is we say the name of the city here, and it gets the city image and put into the content. Basically, it's the Vesuvius. So. And this is integrated. This is what we're integrating. So let's go. Also, you can do SEO-friendly content generation. Basically, also here we use completion API. And we say, write a SEO-compliant article with those words, these 3 words in Italian. and it writes a SEO-compliant article with these 3 words. This basically you've written an article in some 2 seconds. So okay. Also, you can provide SEO suggestions. This is another interesting feature. Let's say that you already have your content and you want to suggest a content title. Basically, you get the body field and he suggests you a content title. And also, it can suggest you the taxonomy, automatically suggested taxonomy for your content. Here is the taxonomy separated by comma. So let's go to the code just to check the state of the art of the model. This is the actual structure of the OpenAI CKEditor5 YAML. And this is basically a standard CKEditor5 extension with default parameters are the temperature, maximum tokens, the model, and the completion. This is the JavaScript code of a command. Basically, you get the prompt, you construct the prompt with the selected HTML by the user, and fire the loader on the bottom to say, oh, I'm waiting for the response, and send the prompt to OpenAI completion API. And then you're applying the changes to the CKEditor model, basically. This is the actual state. So at the moment, OpenAI CKEditor plugins are JavaScript plugins. This is the problem that we're trying to solve. So because creating a lot of field, a form with a lot of field with JavaScript API, it's not the best. So we have Drupal, we have the form API that is dedicated to this. So we can do better. This is the included file in the libraries YML that adds all the command to CKEditor. So we want to Drupalize it. We're going to re-engineer it. So clicking on an OpenAI CKEditor button should fire a command that opens a model, and the model opens a form with a specific Drupal form, basically. And the form submits an action and returns the result of the OpenAI callback to CKEditor, and then it's put it into the CKEditor. And this is the structure. So this is the new structure of the that we're going to implement into OpenAI CKEditor. Basically, it's a clean structure. You got an annotated plugin that is Drupal plugin with the form, also the full configuration, all the stuff. You got a twig template to print the output into the CKEditor, and this is clearly more powerful, I think, than creating a form with JavaScript. That is a problem. So this is the dali.php file that we saw in the tree before. It's an annotated plugin instance. In each plugin, you can define your own business logic and return your HTML markup. Other features of OpenAI module, just to have a complete overview. This module can do a log analysis to find potential solutions to your problem to notice. Responses from OpenAI are saved, so you can investigate them later. If you have a problem, you're able to investigate them later, and you can review them. You can explore OpenAI capabilities with the prompt. Basically, inserts a prompt inside Drupal, and you can explore the capabilities. Adds also the capability to interact with OpenAI audio. Basically, you load an audio, and you have a dedicated form for this feature. OpenAI embeddings, that another talk in this afternoon was about it. And views integration is planned. So let's see on this is the roadmap, basically. You can generate OpenAI CKEditor plugins via Drupal PHP with plugins. This is what we're trying to do. You can, this is an open issue that everyone can contribute to it. And we have a Slack channel for contribution and support together. So if you have problems, if you want to contribute, you can write to the dedicated channel. And we'll meet also at DrupalCon in Lille. Okay, so that's it. Questions and questions?
How does the OpenAI embeddings work? Do you embed the the rendered data or the database content?
Sorry?
From what data do you create embeddings? From rendered HTML data or from data?
A render HTML inside the CKEditor. So basically, you open the model.
But you mentioned embeddings. Embeddings in the
Yeah,
search.
this is OpenAI embeddings for search.
Yes.
Yeah, it's another.
So that's not implemented yet.
No. It's another part of the talk before, right? It's not mine. Okay. It's just OpenAI CKEditor.
And one short question: isn't OpenAI a trademark? How you use it?
OpenAI?
Yeah. Isn't the company name and the trademark? Are you allowed to use it, or how does that work?
The company, it's open, I think. I don't understand. Sorry, maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello. So this afternoon, we also had another chat with a guy talking about ChatGPT. And he said that that's progressed quite a lot. And open source AI is still a little bit behind. What's your view on the development and maturity of open source API, open source compared to ChatGPT?
Yeah, I don't think there are also other competitors. I don't know. Also, open source API. If there are any, there is another module that is abstracting, creating an abstraction. So you can use also other AI. Basically, this is strictly to OpenAI. So, yeah.
Any other questions?
The question is, I guess you're hitting an API at OpenAI, and then you get a response
Yeah.
back. And question number one: do you have to pay something for that? Is it a free API? And
Yeah.
Because it's DaVinci 3, right? It's DaVinci 3. What you're hitting, the text generation API.
Yeah.
Is there any plan of maybe doing a call to DaVinci 4 and having a subscription for that?
This is I tested with the free API key, so.
Yeah, yes, but is there a plan maybe to add that option? Maybe
somebody
who wants a better text generator and is willing to pay for that. Is there plans?
Yeah, you can add the plan to Drupal. I think you're saying this. How to add a paid plan to Drupal? Yeah, at the moment I don't think this is possible. From what I tried, I don't have a paid plan. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? So, thanks.
Thank you.